And good afternoon, friends, and welcome to the Education, Leadership, and Beyond podcast. We are on location. We are out of our normal time zone, time area, everything, but we are coming to you live from Baker Middle School. And two great leaders here today. We've had a wonderful day. This is Principal Amanda Wilde.
Hello, everybody.
And this is 8th grade class president, Iris Young, from Baker City, Oregon, the huge metropolis here. But what a beautiful day. What a beautiful school, and two fantastic leaders. So good afternoon, ladies.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. They squeezed us in. I begged, I pleaded, Principal Wilde. So we got a little time slot here. So Iris, let me chit chat with the principal a little bit, and we'll be back with you in just a moment, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Why don't you scoot out? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Principal Amanda Wilde, 5th year at Baker Middle School?
So this is my 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've been in Baker City your whole life?
My whole life.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
What's it like to be principal in your hometown?
Well, not to play on words, but it's kind of wild.
Principal Wilde?
Yeah. I actually went to this middle school. And so I've been through all of the mascot changes and all the things, superintendents, you name it. I've been through it with the school district. But it's very humbling that I get to serve my community that I grew up in.
We're here for a leadership day. Principal Wilde has set an amazing agenda. You had guests from other schools. We've had student assemblies. We met with your staff. She was able to get coverage and had the staff here today, and even time for a podcast.
Yes, let's throw that in there.
Yeah, thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone. But leadership, I want people to see great leadership. There's a lot of warmth and great things going on here. So 4th year, Amanda, it's a hard job. Being a principal, period, is a hard job. But certainly in a middle school, a busy middle school, you're right here in town. Talk to me about some of the challenges, some of the things that just makes the job challenging.
So I think anybody probably would say today that getting kids to school with so many options that students have now is one of our biggest challenges. We want to make sure that school's engaging. So student engagement is always one of our top priorities because we want kids to feel welcome. And that is our main goal. That's been the goal since I started here, is to make this culture one where kids want to be here.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is just getting the kids here. I always say, just come through the door. You will like what you see. We will take care of you. And I would say we're very proud, but our attendance has improved quite a bit over the last year or so. And attendance is one of our focuses. Yeah,
it was a goal there. And as an outsider here, Amanda, I got my Baker shirt here today. But you, it's very warm. It's very clean. I mean, literally, the place is shining. And that's a nice tribute to you, your staff. Tell me about today. Tell me what your hope was for today and the work that went into setting this up.
Yeah, I mean, we have a great staff here, a great team of teachers. My right-hand guy would be Al McCauley, the Dean of Students. And Al was actually one of my teachers in school. And so he's actually my softball coach. But we work side by side, and he's the master of schedules. So we worked really hard to create a day that would be memorable for students, because as a lot of people say in middle school, what do you remember? You know, you remember the big assemblies, you remember those dances, you remember your first football game or your volleyball game. So we wanted today to be one of memories that kids could take something away. And everything I've heard so far, feedback is fabulous. So, yeah.
Well, you set it up for success here. If you are watching live, friends, or on recording, jump in, say hello to Amanda, her team here, and happy to represent Baker today. Amanda, I got to talk with you a little bit last night too, outside of school.
Right.
You know, we all have hobbies, right? We all do something outside of school. But you, your husband, your family, you have a ranch, you have cattle.
Yes.
And it's not a tiny little thing. It's a
No,
big operation.
It's decent sized. But yes, so I grew up on a ranch. That's how I grew up. And then my husband's family was in the same valley. And I was lucky to marry the neighbor boy, who's fantastic. His name is Scott, and we have 2 girls. We have Katie and Ella. And so Katie, woo woo, she's at MSU, last year at nursing school. And then my daughter Ella is a senior at Baker High School.
Nice.
So we're very ag oriented, big into FFA, big into 4-H. So yeah.
I'm from Staten Island, New York, Amanda. When you say you grew up on a ranch, like, are you out there? Like, and it's not a farm, as we discussed yesterday.
Right. Not a farm.
You weren't milking the cows, right?
No.
But talk to me about some of the things, life on the ranch.
Yeah. So, I mean, life right now on the ranch consists of trying to get a lot of hay up, which means that we have hay down. So we've cut hay. We're trying to get it baled and get it ready for the wintertime because.
And there's a machine that does it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I'm
You're
not
out there.
Not on the field.
And
No. We have upgraded.
Okay.
But yeah, we produce our own hay, and we do that because we feed our cattle in the wintertime. And gosh, anything from irrigating's really big. We got to make sure that our fields are well watered, and so that we can grow our crops, so that we can make sure we feed our cattle. It's a continuous cycle. In the education world, sometimes we get a little bit of downtime. In the ranching world, you get no downtime. So a big kudos to all you people in ag out there.
Yeah. So give me a leadership lesson. Here you are, the leader, Baker Middle School, Baker City, Oregon, but you lead a life of hard work and discipline outside here. Mm-hmm. What are some characteristics that carry over for you?
My biggest thing is my work ethic that I think I can bring. I always believe in being humble, because I think where you started from, you take those lessons with you, and no matter where you end from, those are the lessons that have built you in life. And so growing up on a ranch, you know, I definitely had to work hard, and if something didn't go my way, which often in ranching, it doesn't go your way. But the lesson that I can bring here is that middle school life is constantly changing. So don't ever be set on something, be flexible, be humble, lead with a little bit of humility and a lot of humor at this level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lead with some humor. And I love my students and my staff. The relationships are fantastic. So I can see myself getting old here.
I love it. She's done a great job here today, but you could really feel the warmth. You could feel the electricity. Your kids were outstanding.
They are
really great. Your staff.
Amazing.
So speaking of outstanding kids, I know we have one here.
We do.
Can we welcome in the president?
Yes.
Yes. Let's switch seats for a moment. Thanks. Welcome, Miss Young.
Hi.
Hi. Good afternoon.
You too.
Thank you so much for doing this. I know it's, again, a little short notice. You didn't really have a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
But this is Iris Young. She is the president of the 8th grade. Thank you, Principal Wilde, for making this to the Young family. Thank you. Iris, you did stand out during the assembly. You were sitting right up front, great eye contact, great nonverbal communication there. But talk to me. You're an 8th grader. What's it like being the president of Baker Middle School?
Being in 8th grade is pretty fun because there's like lots of like sports and stuff that we usually do. Like I'm big into sports.
What are you involved in? What sports do you play?
I do cross country and track. I'm very into those sports.
Yeah, you like running.
Yes.
Nice.
I've done track since I was in the beginning of South Baker.
Okay. Iris, when you're doing cross country and maybe there's no kids around you, right? Sometimes in tennis, this person's trying to beat you, or football, this person. cross country is a little different, right?
Mhm.
Maybe they might not right around you. Talk to me about competing when the opponent's not maybe right next to you or something
Yeah.
like that. What's that like for you?
It's pretty hard because you have to have lots of positive self-talk.
Mm.
Because if you don't have positive self-talk, you can get down on yourself, and running is lots of mental. And I feel like you have to keep positive to be able to finish a race.
And there's no scoreboard, but are you tracking, like when you hit the mile, like you know what time it is when you hit the mile? You know that, right?
I don't really wear a watch.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So you
I
just run it.
kinda,
You
I
just
just
run it.
kind of go,
I love it.
try and catch people, and if I can't, then try my best to
Yeah.
catch them.
Okay. What other sports are you involved in?
Those are like my main two sports.
Okay.
Last year I tried flag football while I was doing cross country, and that was actually very fun. I
Yeah.
got to play with my brother, Dante, and he's pretty good at football.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Very-
pretty fun.
Very cool. Iris, we talked a lot about goals today and our future. You were part of the leadership class. Incredible kids there. Talk to me about some of the goals that you have, whether it's this year or later in high school or even maybe beyond that. What are some short-term goals and maybe some things in the future that you would like to do?
Some short-term goals I have would be probably, like I talked to you about earlier, like being a trustworthy person to where
Yeah.
people feel like they can tell me things without worrying about it getting out. And then some long-term, well, I guess another short-term one would be being a good president, just kind of like keeping up with my responsibilities. Some long-term.
That's all right. And I know I just threw that out you. We can come back to that. Iris, what made you want to run for this leadership position?
Well, our last year's president, Grace Radaball, she was super cool. And she was always raving about how fun leadership was
Oh,
and being president. And so I figured I'd give it a shot.
okay.
She said I had quite a few characteristics that would probably be good for president.
Okay. And how about school? Is school something, Iris, that comes easy to you? Do you like school?
I do like school.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are things that like are just kind of make it harder, like some people. But a lot of my classes are pretty fun, and all the teachers are so nice. I love all my teachers.
Yeah, they were fantastic today. Shout out to the Baker Middle School staff, Superintendent Hallgarth, and his team here. We had a lot of fun today, Iris. The sessions and things like that, and I tried to make it engaging.
Yeah.
How do you learn best, right? What are some of your favorite teachers? What are some things that they do to engage an incredible young person like yourself?
Usually things that like really challenge people or get them involved is like hands-on stuff. Like in science, when you're always doing like experiments and stuff, it's really easy to learn that way when you're really doing it instead of just someone telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we tried to do that today, getting kids talking, getting kids reading out loud, things like that. What was your best takeaway? What were you like? Oh man, I love that.
My best takeaway, I think, would be that you were very engaged with everybody, and like you were very energetic. And I feel like usually people get lost when people are monotone or they're like not very exciting to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's part of the speaker's job to engage the audience. Sometimes people or even educators, they think it's the audience's job to pay attention. I think it's the other way around. How about you as president? Do you have to give a speech or presentations, things like that?
Yes. So last year I had to do my speech, and I was so nervous.
It was in front of the whole school?
All 7th grade.
Oh my God. In the auditorium or in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was.
How'd it go?
It was pretty scary, but once I got over with, I realized that it actually wasn't really that bad. And that after I did that, it helped me a lot with public speaking and stuff. Like
You felt more confident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when we're doing our service projects, we have to like call businesses and stuff for what we're doing.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, after doing that speech, I feel like it made it a lot easier to call businesses.
Nice. Okay. Do you have any more presentations coming up?
Well, we're gonna have to present our service project
Okay.
to Mrs. Wilde and Mr. Hallgarth,
Okay.
and then
Assemblies.
assemblies.
Okay. Well, I would challenge you, Iris, here on the program. I would challenge you to continue to lead, continue to speak when you can. And as I shared today, right, never miss an opportunity to let your leadership shine, to help other people. So this is Iris Young, everyone. Principal Wilde, can you grab the red bag over there? I forgot one of my props. Could you actually get one of the coins out of there?
Yeah.
It's way in there, Principal Wilde. And while she's doing that, Iris, there's a lot of kids, 4th, 5th graders, perfect, yeah. 4th and 5th graders out there, they're going to go to middle school next year. What advice would you give to parents, maybe to, hey, this is a good strategy, or to the student themselves to be successful in middle school?
I would tell them that middle school really isn't that bad. As long as you stay with the right group of people, and as long as you work hard and you persevere through all your classes. Because once you get through them, you have the rest of middle school to do like lots of things, because there's like different electives and sports, and you can do lots of fun things.
Yeah. Stay around good people, work hard. Iris, a little gift for you. Thanks for coming on. Surviving and thriving. So it says that on one side, but really, Iris, the message for you and for those kids today, a wave doesn't crash where it starts. And your wave is just starting, right? It's just starting. So it's a handshake. And I wish you the best of luck. And I'm really proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for doing this. Iris Young, everyone. Jump in there. Give her a positive comment. And let's scoot in here tight. I know we got one more assembly here.
Watch the chair.
A little tight. We squeezed in. We got some incredible sunshine here, which is now
Beautiful
here.
day.
Yeah, it's been great. So before we go, ladies, just one last question. Principal Wilde, we'll start with you. A leadership quote or of a mindset or a slogan that you use, that you live by.
So there's two that come to mind. One of them is it's really quick. I always say learners today, leaders tomorrow. In the fact that I believe everybody leads in their own way. And so our job is just to support their learning and however they're going to lead. And then one that my daddy always said, which is hard telling, not knowing. So I go into every day with hard telling, not knowing, because that gets me through. Because at middle school, it's hard telling when you're not knowing.
I love it. That's old school. Iris, your classmates, your teachers are going to watch this here. What is your message here? You know, as an 8th grade president, what would you say to your classmates and your teachers here on this Leadership Day, here in the first half of the year?
I would say whatever your goal is, even when it gets hard, persevere, because the ending is way more worth it than when you start.
President Young, pretty good. There's the bell, and we got to get rolling to this. So Principal Amanda Wilde and President Iris Young from Baker Middle School in Baker City. Now, I know this went back and forth. Is it Baker City or Baker, Oregon?
It's Baker City. It
Baker
was
City.
Baker, but it got changed back to Baker
Yeah.
City.
Are you happy with that? You like that, Baker City?
You know, I just love our community and the people in it, so you can name it whatever. But I'll take it as it is.
Yeah. And if you've never visited this area, Eastern Oregon, Baker City is a gem.
We're right on the Oregon Trail.
It's on the Oregon Trail. The middle school is right off the main drag. Just gorgeous, so clean. The people are friendly. Great restaurant, businesses.
Yeah.
So stop by and visit. I'm so proud to be back. Yeah.
Thanks.
Principal
you.
Wilde. Yeah.
Thank you.
Iris, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah. All right, friends, leave them a positive comment.
Bye-bye.
Jump in and
Bye.
again, check them out. We are going to sign off because we do have to go to another, the last session of the day. So keep surviving and thriving, friends. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Bam.